Zhang Yi had a puzzled look on his face when he saw him. He had clearly come here to find Bailey Changqing, so how come there was a strange man, or woman, in front of him? He looked around in surprise and made sure that there was no one else in the room. He said embarrassedly, "Sorry, the waiter seems to have taken me the wrong way. I'll leave now." But at this time, the man spoke, and it was the man's voice. "No, you didn't go to the wrong place. I asked her to take you here." Zhang Yi's eyes flashed. "Oh? But I don't seem to know you." The man said to himself, "Your name is Zhang Yi, right? A person who can be personally received by Bailey Changqing should still have some ability." At this point, he spread his hands. "Of course, I don't particularly recognize him as the captain. It's just that I have heard a little about you." Zhang Yi's expression became serious. The other party's tone was a bit loud, and he didn't take Bailey Changqing seriously. Moreover, he dared to cross Bailey Changqing and let someone bring him here. I wonder what his intentions are. Could it be that he knows his background? "Who are you?" The handsome man glanced at Zhang Yi, his peach-like slender eyes with a playful smile. "You should have heard of my legend. My name is Deng Shentong." Zhang Yi. He didn't know where the man in front of him got his confidence from. But when the other party spoke, that kind of confidence was about to overflow, as if knowing his name was a matter of course. Zhang Yi had to smile awkwardly. "I have heard of you for a long time." But this perfunctory tone obviously made Deng Shentong very dissatisfied. His face changed, and he frowned and said, "You haven't heard of my name?" Zhang Yi didn't want to talk nonsense with this person. He brought him here without his permission, delayed his search for Bailey Changqing, and was still being self-indulgent here. It was really perverted. "I'm not from Blizzard City. What's so strange about not having heard of your name? I still have to meet my friends, so I won't accompany you for long." After Zhang Yi said this, he was ready to turn around and leave. But the next moment, a hand suddenly rested on his shoulder. Zhang Yi's eyes tightened, and he instinctively chopped out with his backhand but was easily blocked by the other party. "Don't be nervous. I just want to see who Bailey Changqing's guest is." When Zhang Yi turned around, he saw his appearance. It was Deng Shentong himself. But Zhang Yi turned back in surprise and saw Deng Shentong sitting on a chair, drinking red wine elegantly. "Twins?" Deng Shentong did not answer Zhang Yi's words. It was just that at this time, two people spoke at the same time, saying the same words. The voice echoed in the air, and suddenly it seemed as if countless people spoke at the same time. Originally, there were only two figures in the room, but suddenly they turned into 10, 20. They all looked the same, and the voices were erratic, and no one knew where they came from. Zhang Yi had no idea what the other party's ability was, and he became more cautious. "I heard that you are a space-based mutant. Can you let me see your ability? I really need such a member in my team. If your ability is good, I can consider letting you be a substitute for the God team." Zhang Yi was a little angry at this time. The man in front of him maintained a high profile from beginning to end. Moreover, Zhang Yi said, "You arrogant fellow, you will regret your action." Although he didn't know what the other party's ability was, Zhang Yi was never a person who could be easily manipulated. There was a glimmer in his eye. He was ready to distance himself and then defend and counterattack, if necessary, at this distance. "It's not impossible for me to let you witness my kamui." Just when the situation was tense, the elevator door suddenly opened. Bailey Changqing's sturdy body hurried out. "Zhang Yi, why are you here? Come back with me. I'm waiting for you to drink." He walked over with a smile and put his arm around Zhang Yi's shoulders. Deng Shentong saw Bailey Changqing coming, and his eyes were a little disappointed. He said lightly, "Bailey Changqing, I found your friend very interesting and want to chat with him. You don't mind, right?" Bailey Changqing scratched his head honestly. "Ha ha! Captain Deng is actually interested in my friend. It's his honor, but..." His eyes narrowed slightly. "At least you should tell me in advance about this kind of thing, right? After all, we are all captains of the investigation team. Isn't it a bit against the rules for you to do this?" "Captain?" Deng Shentong's mouth curled up slightly with obvious contempt. If it was Bian Junwu who said this, I might give him some face, but your strength doesn't seem to be enough. Being mocked by Deng Shentong in person, Bailey Changqing was immediately angry, and an astonishing aura was released from him. "Deng Shentong! Are you going to make a big fuss in Blizzard City?" Deng Shentong frowned. He seemed very unhappy with Bailey Changqing's attitude towards him. But now that Bailey Changqing was here, he couldn't continue to ask Zhang Yi what to do. After all, if he made a big fuss here, he would be blamed by his superiors. What's more, he just thought Zhang Yi was an interesting person with some potential, and he could become a reserve member of his Tianshan team to help store things. Although he was not afraid of making a big fuss for Zhang Yi, he didn't want to add trouble to himself. Zhang Yi's space ability is just for storing things anyway, so Deng Shentong waved his hand. "Forget it. You may not know what kind of opportunity you missed. Our Tianshan team is the strongest in the Jiangnan region." After saying that, he turned around lazily. Countless figures in the air disappeared in an instant. Even his figure disappeared directly on the spot. Zhang Yi listened to Deng Shentong's words and had a plan in his mind. Bian Junwu once said that there were 6 investigation teams in Blizzard City, and Deng Shentong was obviously the captain of another investigation team. And Zhang Yi already had some understanding of Deng Shentong's ability. Bailey Changqing waited until Deng Shentong left before he breathed a sigh of relief. He smiled and said to Zhang Yi, "Zhang Yi, I'm sorry. You encountered this kind of thing just after you arrived." Zhang Yi smiled lightly, glanced casually in the room and said, "It's okay, it's not a big deal. It also allows me to meet a captain-level figure. Let's go." Bailey Changqing took Zhang Yi to the elevator. In the elevator, Bailey Changqing told him the identity of the man. "The man just now is Deng Shentong, the captain of the God Squad, one of the 6 major investigation teams. This person is very capable, but his temperament is extremely arrogant. He was born in the Deng family, a big family in Jinling. Relying on his strong talent and family background, he always looks arrogant. But he is not a bad person. You can understand him as a super-rich second generation with talent and background." Zhang Yi said lightly, "It doesn't matter." He could feel that Deng Shentong had no ill will towards him, but the feeling of looking down on Zhang Yi from a high position really made Zhang Yi very unhappy. "By the way, tell me about your 6 investigation teams. I'm quite interested. If I meet you in the future, I'll be mentally prepared and won't offend you," Zhang Yi said with a smile. Bailey Changqing was very generous. "It doesn't matter. Anyway, in Blizzard City, everyone knows our name." The 6 investigation teams were personally established by Commander ZHANG. They are God, Demon, Ironblood, Black Robe, Rose, and Samsara. Each team has its own style and is very easy to identify. Our Black Robe team is all in black combat uniforms. The God team is in silver combat uniforms, which is the highest technological masterpiece of the Deng family. The other 4 investigation teams are all on missions outside and are not in Blizzard City for the time being. The characteristics of the Rose team are the most obvious because all their members are women. Zhang Yi nodded and remembered the general idea in his mind. It can be seen that the affairs of the Jiangnan region are indeed very busy. Otherwise, there would not be a regional conference held here, and there would be 4 investigation teams on missions outside. In other words, people think that 2 investigation teams are enough to guard here. Deng Shentong. Zhang Yi thought of the handsome man just now and couldn't help but silently recite his name. How does this person's strength compare to Bian Junwu? Zhang Yi looked at Bailey Changqing. Zhang Yi already had a basic judgment of his ability in his heart, but Zhang Yi didn't know the level of Deng Shentong's strength. Bailey Changqing's face became serious when he heard Deng Shentong's name. "I said that he is very talented. This is related to the Deng Group behind him. The Deng Group's foundation is very terrifying, and its industries involve multiple high-tech fields. Among them is biotechnology. Deng Shentong's current powerful strength is inseparable from the full training of their family. If we only talk about superpowers, he is stronger than Team Bian. After all, he doesn't have huge superpower side effects like Team Bian." Zhang Yi's heart trembled. He is very clear about how powerful the destructive power of Bian Junwu's destruction is. This Deng Shentong's ability is even higher than Bian Junwu. In fact, this person's strength is not inferior to him, Zhang Yi. This is definitely a dangerous person. It's best not to provoke him. If you like my content and want to keep up with future updates, hit that subscribe button. Leave a like if you enjoyed the video.